So we've added a queue system here where now every change you make, you can queue up. So in this video, I wanted to go over the entire launch lens system. A new update just came out on August 16th, and a lot of the things on the platform have changed, and we've never really made a full tutorial exactly on everything that you can do with the launch lens system. So when you sign in, this is the first screen that you'll see. You really won't have much stuff on the left, but I wanted to leave kind of the stuff there to just kind of get through this a little bit quicker in some areas. So the first thing when you load into launch lens is the system should find the niche of your channel. So actually up here in the top left, you'll see two tabs. You'll see thumbnails and a My Channels tab. If you want to check out your own channel, you can click My Channel. It'll go to that. That'll be another video. I want to focus on the thumbnail stuff here. So right now we're on a channel that we've set the niche just for Minecraft, essentially, just to kind of show off some stuff. So what you'll do is here on the left, you'll click new thumbnail. This will pop up. We have Remaster, Create, Check, and Titles. Remaster is essentially going to allow you to be able to remaster like an already done thumbnail. So you could do the link and link the person's like YouTube video like this. And for this tutorial, we're going to use a Minute Tech MC's Minecraft thumbnails just for the showcase of what's going on. So you can put that there and this will pop up. So the second you put the link in, the system is going to auto start detecting the assets on the screen. So as you can see now, everything in this is essentially highlighted, and that will help you do edits to the scene. So we have the fiery castle background. You could see edits for everybody. So for instance, if you were to now want to edit this, essentially the number one thing that you want to do for the next step is always going to be the characters over here. Now what a character is going to allow you to maintain the essentially like the look of whatever your character or player or like whatever game you're playing. Most of the time people will have like a person that they want to be, and this will help maintain the look of that. So what you'll do is you'll come here and I'll just put Minecraft, and then you got to go find 2 to 3 images of your person. Okay, for this one, we're just going to use Minecraft Steve just to make this easy. So what the system is going to do is it's going to intake these and it's going to crop out the backgrounds. Now, the reason why we want to do that is a lot of times users will upload, crowded backgrounds with things there, and it can pull some assets from those at times into the thumbnail. So what we try to do is have this isolate the main character in these. Now, this part of the process can at times be a little like not 100% accurate. So it could take a try or two to get it correct. But essentially what you want to see, like in that left one, you want to see your character, and then of course like the checkerboard like background for all 3 of them. And then whenever you're done with this, you now have this character saved into the system. This is now a part of your profile. As you can see kind of in the dark background, you see I have 2 other characters I'll show you after this. So now if you have different characters or different looks, different armors in Minecraft or like things like that, you could essentially create different characters in general and label them for like whatever type of video that you're going to want to do. Now that does come with, knowing the games like that you're going to play. So, if you're a Roblox creator, you could have Roblox characters. And then if you also do Minecraft, you could add Minecraft and other games, or even IRL. Like you could put yourself in these, all 3, and it's going to help keep the look when we do this. So we're going to save this character. Now you see the characters over here. I have some NBA 2K stuff too. But now we have our character. So we're going to select our character now. Now when you do that, look options are going to come up. This is for essentially trying to tell the system like, hey, this is an IRL image of me. I want to keep me real. And then I want to just keep exactly the look I have, facial expression, stuff like that. And then these ones are just kind of amping up the, if they look really surprised, stuff like that. So for this one, we're just going to match the scene and do a slightly amped. Now the character you'll see here is attached. You can hover over a lot of these and you'll get little tool tips. But now we have our character attached to this. Now the next thing you really want to set up is what's called a style. So a style here, I already have a bunch here, but essentially what a style is let's pull up one real quick. I was looking at, we were looking at Roblox, like Blocks Fruit. So styles are essentially going to help teach the system like what look you're going for. You'll be able to attach this style. So again, with this one, we already kind of have this user's look. Let's go find like a completely different one. So what we'll do is we're going to keep this creator style. Actually, let's just utilize this entire category. So what we'll do is come over here to styles. We'll click add a style. Now, if you have your own images, you could upload them here. But for, a lot of times users they're fans of specific, creators, and they really like the style that they have. So what we've added here is, it's called a channel. What you'll do is you'll just go to whatever YouTuber's channel. You'll just add in their profile URL, and essentially it'll preload their last, X amount of thumbnails. It doesn't go forever. But it's a good start to making this process simpler. So most of the time with this, it'll be like a style that you've never done, more on the create side, but I kind of wanted to just click a few. So I kind of like these like hiding behind something and then like 3 people or people around the corner. Looks like there's 2 here. And then maybe we can do this one. So we'll do 3 max. Now what we'll do is we'll create the style, and then this is going to kind of compile all of these and sort of create a system that recognizes the assets, the layout of like what this looks like. Now again, you don't have to force the style onto something like this. Ideally, the style might be used for a brand new one, but we're just going to attach it for now. And so essentially from here, we were on the remaster, now we're on edit. So we don't really own this yet. We don't have all our tools. So we can just say something like when you click this character, it's going to say change the center leader character, and our system is going to tag what that is. And let's just say, insert me into this and change nothing else. Now, ideally what will happen here is just this middle player will switch to Minecraft Steve. But before we click this, a few other things. On the left side here, you have multiple models. Now, we've set the recommended as the liftoff model. So this is the one that will kind of get you the most bang for your buck. At times, it's not the most, like the absolute most high quality, but it is really good. And then, of course, you could go to the better, more expensive models if you want like absolute output. And then these models all have different looks essentially with them too. So we're going to just stay at liftoff. Now, with some of these models, like if you go down to ignition, you only have one render quality of 1K. But then some of these models have multiple renders up to 4K. So just be aware of that. Like if you really want an absolute insane quality one, you can come down, click the model. You'll just have to click through each one to see. But we're going to stay with 1K liftoff because this is essentially what we expect and have set as recommended settings for everybody to get the balance of like cost versus output. We'll kind of go over more of these later. So we've set that. We have our model. We have our resolution. We have our character set. We have our style set. Let's just leave it here. Let's look at this Q button. So for a lot of users on a lot of sites and things that we've taken into account is players are tired and users are tired of one edit costing a certain amount. So we've added a queue system here where now every change you make, you can queue up. So we want to put this person as, Minecraft Steve, hopefully. Now let's say this far right character, we can click this character. Now let's say we want that character to hold a certain sword or maybe a certain look. So what we'll do is we'll do this. We're going to click this image button down here. Now I click this image button. This allows us to add whatever. So I just went and downloaded this one. We're going to click open. Now what that's going to do is pull up a crop tool. Now this is really useful for everybody that wants specific assets but don't want to or don't have those assets per se. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drag this over this entire person, leave a little room. We're going to use crop. Now you'll see that there's a selector, like a tag on these. You can change these tags. There's a certain amount of tags and each one will tell you a little bit what the tag does. So we're going to leave this as character 2. So now we've selected the change the far right character. And we're going to say change this character 2 matching the pose. Something like that. And then what we'll do now, this is one of the newest updates we've done, is now you see you have this image, we'll queue this, and now the image attached into this specific queue. So we have 2 edit queues. Now at this point, you still have not used any credits or anything like that with the system. All you've done is put this in here. We're still technically in the remaster mode edit. So now let's see generate and let's just see what happens. So at this point, it's sending both these edits to be done. This specific model is pretty fast, so we'll be able to talk and actually get the output. Now, again, this isn't ever 100%, but it's more just to showcase exactly what the system is going to be capable to do. So as you can see, it did replace the person. It did make Minecraft Steve in the armor. So we could have specified to not put him in the armor, but it's fine. So the 2 edits that we just did actually worked. So that's really cool. I'm glad that worked live. So now the next thing that we'll see is it cleared the character and style and everything. Once you create your first version, you want to make sure that that is cleared, because then if not, it'll keep trying to force that like look, and at times you'll get some weird things happen. So everything you see here now, you just have your download button. You have a make a variant, which is what we'll talk about next. We have a make it 9:16. So if you're a TikTok or a YouTube Shorts creator, you could just click this, and we'll show you later, and I'll just transform this specifically to a vertical format. We have this package button. So all this really does, you'll click this. This just kind of shows you, not essentially like if this is a good thumbnail, but is it in like the aspect of what YouTube would want? Is it legible? If you have text on screen, is there too much things happening? It's just a quick check. It's just part of the package. There's nothing like insane that you have to do here. We do have a compare tool. So tools here, tools will switch between the layers and between tools. So we do have some tools here we'll kind of go over, like rearrange everything on the screen. It'll keep all the assets, just make it look different. Get 3 concepts is pretty unique, and then expressions. And then we're looking to add more tools from the old launch lens system, that just based on how users are using them. And then now we'll look at the compare tool, so you can just kind of see what was changed. So it kind of zoomed us out a bit, which is fine to me. But as you can see, it perfectly inserted that person, and then we can see that Steve, at least his face was inserted. So 2 isolated edits. You can do up to 6 queued edits at once. So we could sit here, make specified edits to all of these at times. So next thing I want to look at is the make a variant, because I think this is a really cool feature. If like, let's say you're like, oh, I kind of like this, but I want a different idea. We're going to switch the model here just to showcase a different model. We're going to go to the orbit model. So make a variant is just a 1 push button. So on the old system, if you knew the reshoot button, this is what it is. So it's literally just click. This model is a little bit slower than the last one, but essentially make a variant is going to try to take every asset in this scene and create a new unique version of it. Other than that, there's really nothing to attach to it. This is just, I wouldn't call it A/B testing because it's kind of different, but this is just going to allow you to maybe essentially quickly like look for different looks. If there's like a unique style you want to go for, or if you're a little too close to the original creator's thumbnail, you can kind of make it, more unique to just a good starting place. So we'll wait for this to finish. Okay, it's finished. And as you can see, I actually really enjoy the variation that it made with the different models. So we can go to compare. This is what it was before. Now we kind of have after. And you can see a little more actionable things happening in here. I like the flares that I added, a little bit more like fire and stuff. So I think this one is really cool. I would really enjoy looking at this thumbnail. So next thing, as you can see, our check system now flagged it yellow. Before it was green. So let's just click it and see. And at times I wouldn't super focus on this, but this is just an idea. So on the busy side, a cleaner background would give. So it's just pretty much saying like if you're essentially the middle character, there's a lot going on. So we could absolutely kind of fix that if we wanted to. We're not going to really focus on that. The next thing that we should look at is, let's peek at some of the tools over here. So when we go to tools, we have rearrange it. So I'm just going to click it here. So rearrange is going to read the layout of the entire system. First, it has to understand what is in the thumbnail before just auto applying the changes. So you're going to see like a little loadout tab here. We are still in the orbit model, so this will take a second, but essentially it's going to analyze everything, our asset, like I said, and then just essentially rearrange it. Now at times it will change a few aspects of it, but hopefully most of the time that when users use it, it'll just move your assets around. So I think this is a good one to test it on. Okay, as you can see, it did rearrange it. So it did, make it in a little bit more of a unique style. It changed some of the looks, but essentially it did rearrange where, everybody is. So that's the rearrange tool. Now the most unique tool we have is the get 3 concepts tool, which we're still fine tuning. But let's go back up to this one because I kind of like the look of this one better. So Also on this thread, you can select which one that you want to edit, right? So you'll see here in the bottom left, we're working with these versions. So if there's ever a thumbnail that you enjoyed the most, so if you enjoyed, version 3, you could pre-select version 3, or like you just saw me do, you can go up here and just click it and it will change the version. But we can go back to version 3 here. Let's say I just like that one better before rearrange. Let's just run the get 3 concepts. So we're going to switch back to the left off model. And we're going to click get 3 concepts. So again, what this is going to do, you can kind of read up here. It says 3 different thumbnails for the same video, each a new scene. Use make a variant instead if you just like this one. So this concept's idea is to get 3 entirely unique, different like looks completely. So this is sending the entire stuff into our backend system, and it's going to essentially come back with like 3 ideas. You can make all 3 or you can pick one. Now with these, this is allowing our system to just take any kind of pathway that it wants to. Like it has no predetermination of like what you like. And so some of these can specifically be really good, and some of these can be specifically like, why is it making this? But this is to just take an entire like new look. So I think for the sake of this test, let's do, what do we have here? A victorious aftermath. That's kind of cool. Low angle, looking at the squad standing atop a nether fortress. Eye level. Okay. Let's just go with the first one. So we're going to click victorious aftermath. We'll click make this one. So what will happen is that will now generate that new one. Again, these are attached to each models that you use. So you'll see under each model or output, you'll see the model that was used. So there was orbit, and then liftoff. So make sure you kind of pay attention to that. These will go dark, but once this generates, you can come back up here and make all 3 of them if you want, or you can click that make all 3 button. With this, again, we'll see like the entire instructions and pathway of this, like I said, is unique. At times when I've tested it myself, it's like an entire thumbnail I've never seen before, which is like really cool sometimes, but then other times it's kind of like it's not really getting what I'm doing. So I will say that this part is like getting sort of adjusted here. So boom, it created it. Now you can see, you can go through all 3 of those and kind of get an idea. It did keep the orbit one, so we'll adjust that. But you can see it says still to try. You can click those quickly. So it kind of took what we did, created a unique one, but as you can see, it still kept all the assets that we had, which is honestly really cool. Okay, the next thing that I kind of want to talk about is this enhance button. So all enhance is really essentially to show you like, it helps you be more specific with your edit. So if I say like change the purple sword like to a diamond sword, make it glow blue, something like that, right? We can click enhance here, and it's essentially just going to try to make this more specific. So using the provided image, change only the purple sword held by the character to a blue diamond sword, add a strong glow effect, keep everything else in the same. So again, you can queue this. You want to make more changes. We're just going to do this one. We're back now to the liftoff model. So now, hopefully with that, now sometimes I will say with enhance, it kind of over explains things. But ideally, it's just to help your head, even if like you want to go in there and like start to, look at that. So there it is. We're back to this. And that's because the version I had was this version that it was still on V4. But as you can see, it worked. Next, I want to talk about up here, search your thumbnail. So anytime that words are used, so if I say like diamond, what we just typed, you can actually quickly find, some of the things that you're looking for. So if I say like 99 or what, like build, essentially if any word is used, you can easily find it through search. If there's ever a long title, you can do this. You can rename them, so if you have a specific one that you want to go back and find, you can do all that stuff. Each of these threads is, a unique thread that you've done. So, you can come here, you can come back and look at all of these. Of course, the blue or the green button here is to download. And then now we'll show off showcase the vertical tool. So you just click this. Again, it's going to use the model you select over here. I will say this at times is, it does a really good job at times, and sometimes just putting all the assets in a 9x16, as everybody knows, is kind of difficult. So this one might take an edit after, but we've essentially tried to always keep it where it can one-shot these things. That did honestly way better than I expected. So it took all this and try to put it into 9x16, and now you have this. And so you can also start from a 9x16. So if you come down here to this format, you could click short form, and now every time that you are talking with the system or adjusting a thumbnail, it will start from a short form like this, and you can edit. And you can see we still have all of our asset layers here that are able to be edited. Next is niche. Now niche really only comes in play for like when you do a new thumbnail at the bottom here. We are trying to really intake a lot of templates and create specific like unique ones for everybody. And so you can come through this, you can browse all the looks. We're going to keep adding more. That we've done a lot of templates we haven't added to the site just yet. But there's specific like ones you want added that you work from a lot. You could add it here. Soon, ideally, we're going to have like a styles edition where, you know, if you like these, you want to make a style from it, you can do it from there. Then last is a library. So all library is just from the last launch lens system, people might have made thumbnails in that system. So you can come here, and with this system in the last, you can just see every thumbnail and every edit that you've ever made. That's really all this is. And then you can download them all, download specific ones. And then we have our help section here. And that will kind of, we're wanting to add videos like what we're doing now, but you can do a tour. So you can do a show me around, kind of give you a little bit of a tour of like what everything is, and then ask us in Discord or email us. And then you have your profile settings there that you'll be able to go and change presets and stuff like that. So now we can look at my thumbnail. We still think, based on everything that we've showed you, that one of the best starting places is still doing a character and a style. And finding a style of a thumbnail that you enjoy. Now you can, you know, if you're really good at prompting and understanding, I think it creates a better like starting place. So all we're going to type here is just add my character and make a unique thumbnail. Let's just start here just to give you an idea. So again, it's going to pull a lot of the assets into this. I left it in short form. So just to show you. We'll go back and create this again. But essentially what I want to show you is you can find a good starting place while using the styles of some thumbnails that have been successful. It's because I left that in short. So 1 second. Let's go back and try that again. We're in long form now. So we'll do this. Let's go to create. We'll do that again. So say make a unique thumbnail in the same style as these, but insert my character. So you could enhance that if you want. We'll just click generate. I just feel like this gives you a really good starting spot of a thumbnail that you... So here is the output. Now again, we didn't give it really any instructions or anything, but as you can see, just from the styles that we had, it did create, you know, from what we showed with the styles here. So we can go here, we can click this. So you can see it kept the look of it. So that's my point. Like the system doesn't know exactly that this is going to be a Minecraft, you know, video. So now you could start from a place of here. The reason why the pickaxe came in is one of the characters that we use has a pickaxe. So as you can see, it's pulling those assets into here. And then from there, you can start your editing process. Each time it's going to clear. So now you can say like, you know, if we want to click this Minecraft character, have my character hiding behind a, let's say like stack of ice blocks, and then we could queue that. And then let's say back here, let's say we want to add, you know, something. Let's add this guy right here again. We use this and we'll say add this. Let's do character 1, make sure we tag it right. Add this character 1 in the background to find my character, who is hiding behind a block of ice. So we'll just do that. And this is, again, to give you an idea of what you could possibly do. Now, I have no idea what output is going to happen here, but again, the character style is really important. Always utilize it as much as you can. You can use the image uploader and tag it properly to make those adjustments. You know, he's on the wrong side of the ice. We'd want him on the other side, but essentially you get the idea of what is possible with this. So again, we can keep going here. We can make a variant, click this real quick. It's like, okay, well, we're close. Let's see what we can do. And so you can keep going with that aspect of it. So I really think the new system is much better. Of course, we're always looking for feedback on everything, and we really appreciate everybody. If you're new or want to use it, there's a Discord that'll be in the description below to join the Discord so you can have direct access to us. What did that even change? Oh, it added. Yeah, see, again, make a variant doesn't always fully make a variant. So we sometimes, like, if it didn't work properly, we have a little thing pop in because it's going to compare the two. But you can join the Discord. Let us know your thoughts. This is essentially a lot of the features that I wanted to talk about and go over, and essentially a sort of tutorial to showcase some of the systems. So if you enjoy this video, consider subscribing. We'll post more tutorials and things over time, but consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one.